it on my computer. Okay, so I hope that the connection will be stable, and this will also be transferred to our YouTube channel for future references. Again, I'm Coach Amy. I'm the senior coach of Brain Change School of Positivity. Currently, I'm in my 4th year of law school, and I'm not just functioning as the president of Brain Change School, I'm also the CEO of Golden Chi International Manpower. I am heading 2 businesses. At the same time, I am a student of law. I also have part-time paralegal works, and of course, definitely a full-time daughter to my parents and not married yet. But what I'm trying to show you is that I'm going to share to you the hacks that I'm using in law school so I can survive. Not only it's about survival, but the point is not everyone is full-time. Not everyone has the privilege to be a full-time student. We understand that some are also working or are family-oriented, who already has family before they entered law school, but they just cannot give up on their dream. You also understand the different circumstances of all the students. That's why not everyone can have the time or cannot dedicate the same amount of time as those with who are focused on law school or full-time student. Some may only have a luxury of 3 to 4 hours to study or read, but cannot be able to cope with everything that has been given to them, because sometimes you'll be given 10 to 15 cases. There are a lot of provisions that you have to read. Apart from that, the comments and annotation in order for you to understand. Really read the cases so that you will understand how these provisions function. We understand the limitations. We also understand the circumstances. We also understand the different challenges because we all have unique learning styles and learning mechanisms and how we cope when it comes to studying. So we acknowledge that at Brain Change School of Positivity. Before I entered law school, I'm already a power memory practitioner. I already took up the program when I was nursing. And for those who have attended our seminars and workshops, and already those who have seen our free masterclass will also understand my background. But for those who was just first time seeing me, and who is this Coach Amy? She's not yet a lawyer, but why is she teaching you that? I am facing you not as a law student, but as a power memory practitioner. So I've been doing these practice for 15 years and became a business. So this has been Power Memory before, Franchise Incorporated, and now it's rebranded as Brain Change School of Positivity under my leadership. And we have different senior coaches, right? We're the only memory institution that has several coaches. And we're not just using the memory techniques for sports, but we're doing this as application for academics. So I'm going to give you an idea of how do I process the concepts of law as part of my survival in law school. For those who are asking, like, how many years did it take for you to reach 4th year? I am proud and happy, and I'm also proud where it came from. I mean a 5-year program course for weekenders designed for working students. So I am taking my law school for 5 years, but I'm able to follow the syllabus, the correct syllabus. Meaning to say, I took the program from 1st year to 4th year. So I started in 2019. I'm ending in 2024. Hopefully, there's no back subjects. I'm able to pursue semester after semester. I did not stop or did not miss any summer class. Whatever subjects are written in the prospectus, it's followed. And I get a wow from some of my students and say, wow, that's quite a journey. And with everything that you're doing, you still have also time for you to do Muay Thai. What are you doing? So today, I'm going to show you some of the secrets, and I'll tell you more of the journey in law school and how you cope. If it's going to be your first time to see the video, as I've said, just come and hop in, and we can also give you links on our previous videos where you can see. Or if you're just contemplating to take law school, is law school for me? Maybe it's too hard, or maybe I may not have the time. If you're career oriented and you're well driven in your work, will you have the luxury to take law school? That could be answered today. So here are the tips on not how to make law school bearable in a way. And I know it's complicated with every concept, with a lot of concepts you want to remember. How are we going to make it fun? Okay. So yes, I have two screens with me. I have to make sure that you can see. So I'll just spotlight just to make sure that, okay, so we're going to put them on a spotlight. Okay, I pin you. And then I'll have to pin myself as well. Okay. So there you go. Again, I'm Coach Amy. I'm the senior coach of Brain Change School of Positivity. I'm in 4th year of law school, and you're watching us live in our page, Iloilo Brain Change School of Positivity. We also have our other page, our main page, Brain Change School of Positivity. But here, most of our visitors are going to this kind of page, right? But we will also be posting this on YouTube. I just wanted to do this live so that you see that there's no editing. I hope that you bear with me as well with my drawing skills, because I'm going to teach you how you will remember the 21 aggravating circumstances, or how you will remember the circumstances aggravating. So as I've said, I will always tell to my students that imagination is going to be the key on everything. It's not because, oh, I understand it. It's just using pictures. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos saying that this is how to memorize. Yes, it's using the pictures, 3D images, but they will not teach you on how to imagine. You are able to encounter Mind Palace. Oh, Mind Palace, that's always very accessible on YouTube. But how will you place this really long provisions in a palace? And how can you convert all of this into pictures? Now, I may teach you how it's done. Oh, she was able to convert it into pictures. But the process of converting these provisions into images is quite a training. You need to undergo a certain kind of training, and that's where the institutions coming in. But we will just give this to you for free for now. Okay, so I hope everyone's ready. And I did the live in November too, because some of you may not have work or on holiday or just came from the vacation. Okay, so let's go. Already? We're going to do the aggravating circumstances, okay? And I want you to focus on the screen. There. Okay. So hopefully, my drawing's fine. Okay, so we have 21 aggravating circumstances, and it's very important for you to remember all of those, because it will influence your treatment to every crime. If it's going to be, if you're going to go on the maximum level of penalty, and how would you make it as a qualified robbery or what, and whatsoever kind of concept with the aggravating circumstances. Or sometimes you will be asked, if you're given cases and they'll ask you, what are the aggravating circumstances present? So it's very important for you to familiarize it, because it's going to be used in the full extent in the revised penal code. Okay, so sometimes this is the thing that's challenging, because with the coverage of the bar exams, or even in your just simply your exams while you're still taking the laws, you're still taking the classes, you will be able to realize that there are so many concepts you want to remember. So this is the only way I was able to survive law school, because I'm not a very diligent student. And if I was, I would not have encountered this program. Okay, so let's now go to the gist. Okay, so the first one you want to remember is contempt or insult of public authorities. So what I'm just trying to think of is, I hope I can draw properly. Okay, I will have, okay, so that's, okay, our live. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, there's like, our live coverage is stopped. I stopped. Okay. There's like, oh, we're okay. We're still good. We're still good. Okay. Okay. We're still good. We're still good. Yeah. Just to make sure that just to make sure that I already pinned this, so I'm not sure in the live if you can see. You're supposed to see my drawing. So let's, you need to see even the drawing. Okay. Yeah, so this is the first time I'm doing this, so hopefully. Yeah, so this is the first time I'm doing this, so if I turn off my video, I'm not sure if you can see. If I turn off my video, I'm gonna spotlight. Yeah, okay. I need to make sure that you can share this. I need to make sure that you can share this. Okay. I need to pin. I need to pin it. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, there in the live you can only see me. Hopefully, there in the live you can see. Okay. Is there a way I can spotlight my drawing? Wait. Is there a way I can spotlight my drawing? Wait. Sorry. Let me figure out. I thought the whole time I'm seeing the other. Let me figure out. I thought the whole time I was seeing the other. Let me figure it out. I thought the whole time. Okay, wait. Okay, hopefully I can share. Okay, hopefully I can share. Okay, hopefully. I'm live streaming. I'm gonna transfer the hosting to Imagination Playground. Transfer you. And I need to make sure that okay, again. Oh, there. There, you can see everything at the same time. Oh, there. I'm sorry. There, you can see everything. Oh, there. I'm sorry. There, you can see so there's no cut. I will be able to see everything. Okay, so let's do now. Go now to the main thing. So if ever you're gonna watch this on YouTube, you just have to forward whatever it is. Okay, so let's go now to the aggravating circumstances. Back to business. Okay. So your first one is contempt or insult of public authorities. Your first one is contempt or insult of public authorities. There's some feedbacking, I'm sorry. Okay, there. So I'm doing this alone. Okay, so again, contempt and insult or insult of public authority. So you just have to think of Vico Soto. Vico Soto now is going to be a representation of your public authority. So every time you see public authorities or public position, it's Vico Soto. So example, this is Vico Soto. Okay. So all you have to do is to visualize. Of course, he's supposed to be handsome. And then you can visualize him. Okay. He's holding a cone, an ice cream cone. Okay. Or I might use red one after. This black is not so nice. So he's using a cone for your cone, and then you can see a thermometer. That's a thermometer example. Again, and you're using the thermometer to mix the salt. So you see a salt here, and this is thermometer for temperature, and this is your cone, and this is Vico Soto. So what? This is Mayor Vico. So what do? You can remember now that you are trying to think of a contempt or insult of public authorities. So that's how you remember it. You just see Vico Soto trying to mix salt in the cone using a thermometer. Okay, there you go. I thought it's going to be worth the wait. Okay. Next one is you want to see the taking advantage of public position, right? So again, public position, public authorities, you still have to do Mayor Vico. Okay. Now, but Mayor Vico's not going to stand. You taking advantage. You want to remember taking advantage. So what do? You try to think of vintage car. Okay. So all of my students already from Brain Chain already took this up. So for the new students, you'll have a new different, or you'll have a different material next time. But for those who took this up, you definitely can relate. But again, this is just remembering the contents, how to remember them in order and be able to organize them. That's where you're going to enroll in our program. Okay, but this is just a free taste, right? This is just a free taste. So try to remember that this is a vintage car. So imagine as a power memory coach, you need to be very also creative because you need to draw. So I hope my coaches are also watching. I hope I don't let you down. So let's example, this is like whatever. So there's Mayor Vico Soto there driving. So he's trying to drive the vintage car. So that's the only way for me to remember that vintage. So taking advantage of public position. That's another aggravating circumstance. Okay. Next one. I'm still recording. Okay. We have recidivism, right? So the repetition of one offense. Okay. So you want to remember recidivism, but that's too technical, right? You can't visualize it. When the brain cannot visualize it, that means to say the brain cannot remember it. So the reason why we want to convert that to pictures is because we want the brain to remember that, okay? So for my future students, it's just going to be a fun way to remember things. So we just have to have fun. That's why it's very important for you to activate your imagination. So you just have to remember your Reese chocolate. That's why I love eating so much. Okay, so this is your Reese chocolate. Remember the Reese chocolate? It's like your a really big curly tops kind of thing. It's a curly tops version, but it's an imported version. So it's a chocolate made of peanut butter and chocolate. It's a chocolate made of peanut butter chocolate. No, it's a chocolate with peanut butter. So you imagine this Reese chocolate, it's diving. So you can see it diving. So Reese dive. So you can see the Reese diving. So imagine what I'm going through with law school. You don't get stressed because you just make fun of it. Okay, next one. Let's have. I'm just happy that two things can be seen at the same time. Okay, now it's nighttime, uninhabited place committed by a band. So for nighttime, you can just have your full moon. Ooh, yeah, that's the full moon. Definitely a full moon. For nighttime, uninhabited place, you can visualize a court. So there's a goal, a football field. So that's a football field, something, court. Okay, and there is a band playing. So there's like the bass drum, the guitar. Yeah, so there's a band playing in the background. So what do you see? It's a full moon, an uninhabited place, and your band. So this is crimes or felonies done during nighttime, uninhabited place by a band. Okay, good. And let's now do the abuse of confidence or obvious ungratefulness. So I just need to remember abuse. And the only way for me to remember abuse is a bus. Okay, so I have a bus. There you go. It's a bus. Okay, it's a school bus. And the school bus is, you want to remember confidence, coughing confettis. You know, like the one, if you won the golden buzzer, there are a lot of things falling down from the ceiling. Or when you go for the party poppers, poopers, whatever. When you do the party blast something and all of the stuff goes out, that's the confetti. Okay, and ungratefulness, you want to represent it with a grater, the one that you use when you want to grate the cheese. Okay, so it's like circle, 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 circle. So it's a grater. So again, I have the bus for the abuse, and I have the confetti for confidence and grater for ungratefulness. Now I'm able to remember my abuse of confidence and ungratefulness. I want to do the place and time of commission of offense. So what do I want to remember? I will be able to look at offense for offense. Okay, and the one sitting down here, okay, with the legs, someone sitting down. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The one sitting down, she's watching her watch. I'm sorry. She's looking at the place. She's like, you can see that there's GPS. Okay, let me just try to draw it properly. Okay. So we are doing aggravating circumstances. You'll never know. This might help you remember things. Okay. So again, you get to see a fence. Okay. And the one sitting on the fence, I can draw, but because I need to draw faster, so, and I did not practice this, so I just said to myself, okay, there's so many people inquiring for a program. Why I might as well do it for free. Okay. And she's looking at her watch. Okay, so we'll zoom in the watch. What do you see in your watch? The time. And then the GPS, the locator button. So, what is this about? Place and time. This is Commissioner Guanzon or Commissioner Ferolino, whoever commissioner that is popular, and you can imagine, commission, where is she sitting down? She's sitting down on a fence. Commission of the fence. Commission of the offense. Okay? So place and time, the commission of the offense. Oh, I now get it, Coach Amy. I know how to memorize. Oops. Children, students, aspiring lawyers, this is not everything yet. I am just showing you how we do it with Brain Train, but how to create these pictures and images requires training. So if ever there are memory gurus, memory coaches who are coaching for memory sports, and you see me doing this for free, I don't think you have to really charge students just to teach this. So students, I'm teaching this for you for free. Meaning to say, we are even giving you more, an intensive training, more training when you enroll with the program. And of course, the best part of enrolling the program is you find that the coach has well experience in the application of the techniques. It's not just enough that they know the techniques. Definitely, they have seen it, walked by it, and they really do use it for the material. So we're training an array or a variety of disciplines, okay, that we require remembering all the test takers, medicine, medical allied sciences like medtech, nursing, adtech, pharmacy, and respiratory therapy, the rest of course, accountancy, definitely. Real estate broker, we're also doing that because they need to memorize as many laws as they can relating to Philippine properties. Okay, Philippine or the real estate, regarding real estate as an agent, condominium act, several property laws. Okay, ready? So let's go to the next. How about committed in the dwelling of the offended party? So you just want to remember the dwelling. So you can visualize the well on the well, the well on the ring. Yeah, the movie's The Ring. Okay, so you can visualize the well, and of course, comet for the committed. So make it go inside the well, a meteor. Okay, good, nice, nice. You see that? You see that? Can you see that? Okay. Now, how do I want to remember breaking parts of the house? Oh, that's good. Just draw your house. Okay, draw your house. Any part of the house you want. It's a big part of the house. This one is easily visualized. Okay, this is the garage if you want. Okay, nice, nice and cozy kind of house. Okay, so just break it, crack it, break it, breaking any parts of the house. See the house cracking, you're done. Unlawful entry. Okay. Circumstance. We're now doing the aggravating circumstance for those who just came and joined. Okay. So what about unlawful entry? For me to remember the law, I will have to remember a weighing scale. Yeah, you see? Okay, so you can just imagine how I study, how I do my three R's. And the one jumping here is Ann Curtis. So it's Ann. And she's holding what? An enter button. Why? So that I know it's unlawful entry. Cool. Who says it's cool? Comment if you think it's cool. Yeah, okay? Good. Let's do this. So already finished with the unlawful entry. Let's now go to earthquake. Of course, definitely earthquake, shipwreck, epidemic, circumstances. I'm not able to spell it properly now. Okay. So the next aggravating circumstances is earthquake, shipwreck. So all you can do is just visualize a ship, half, okay, broken into half, the soiler also cracking, and everyone that is going there and saving people are in PPEs. Okay, you can visualize all the people are wearing PPE. So again, we just finished your earthquake, shipwreck, epidemic, and calamity. Or yes, so those who are wearing PPE, you know that it's already epidemic. Okay, and then prize money reward, of course, just your trophy. Okay, medals. And then, of course, money, 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 money. Paper bills. Okay, just visualize it. It's good. Next, use of poison, explosion, derailment, and great waste or ruin. All you have to do is visualize a very sexy poison ivy. Okay. Okay, that's poison ivy. Poison ivy. Okay. So you know poison ivy, right? The Uma Thurman stuff. So you can put a lot of vines here. Vines everywhere. Vines, vines. So she's poison ivy. And there, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at poison ivy. Okay, just in case you don't know, you just join and you don't know what the drawing's about. And poison ivy is holding on to the explosions. Okay, explosions. Ready? There. Explosions, and she is standing on a railway. So that's how I think and remember things. So we just finished the use of poison, explosion, derailment, great waste, or ruin. You just put debris on the background, sorry. Okay, there. Almost finished. And then we have habituality. So, you know, Frodo Baggins, right? So let's have the hobbits. Okay, so you can see Frodo Baggins. Yeah. So these are the hobbit. So your hobbit is for habituality. Okay, so you're committing more than 2 to 3 of the same offense. Okay. And then what we have next is craft, fraud, and disguise. So what I usually can just think of is I can see a disc. Okay. And then I will have a Kraft Eden cheese. Okay, that's the lid. Yeah. So it's a Kraft Eden cheese. And I am going to dip fruits. And then apple. Yep, there. So you will see this is a disc or a CD. So this is a disc. I can have fruit for fraud. And then the Kraft Eden cheese for craft. So that's the only thing I'm trying to think of. And I'm already trying to remember craft, fraud, and disguise. Okay? Okay, good. Let's move to the next. We have ignominy, when the crime is done with dishonor or disrespect or disgrace. Okay, so you have ignominy. So for you to remember ignominy, all you have to think of is an egg. Okay. Okay. Or you want to do it sunny side up? It's up to you. Sunny side up, coming right up to you. Okay, good. So that's ignominy. And for cruelty, definitely this horror season, someone might have used her face. Her face. This is I'll use this. The other one is white, the other one is black. Okay. And she really has big eyes. And then really nice nose and lips. She's supposed to be Cruella de Vil of the 101 Dalmatians, though half black, half white. So Cruella will represent your cruelty. Okay. And for treachery, when it's done with treachery. So the only way for you to remember it is you visualize your favorite teacher. So we'll do the teacher. Yeah. Still can see the price of the eraser. That's so cool. Because I just realized I want to do this today. So, okay. So this is your favorite teacher. Then that represents your treachery. Okay. And now let's do evident premeditation. So you remember the Wall-E? The one that he's in love with? Eve. Okay, and then Eve is using the false teeth. Dentures. So this is your dent. And then Eve is doing that you can see a person that's crossing legs, crossing arms, meditating. So it's evident premeditation. Ready? Okay, next. Almost there. We just take this will just take us for an hour. Okay. Next, let's do the abuse of super strength. Dun, 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 dun. So the only representation that we have for super strength is no other than the handsome Superman. So abuse of super strength will be represented by Superman. Okay. And next one is with the aid of armed men. So just have to have band-aid and being taken by the army. Okay, so many army, camouflaged army. So armed men with guns, rifles. Okay, army, guns, army, rifles, and they are using the band-aid. Copy? Good? And we're done. Last one, it's can you visualize Ted Filon? Okay, he's a newscaster in the Philippines and is now currently on radio. Okay. So imagine this is Ted Filon. Hi, I'm Ted Filon. You need the Filon for felony. And he is having his rock star band, but his background is full of comments because committed, and he is using his, sorry, there, your guitar, and he's playing with his band. Booge, booge. Okay. So Ted Filon is playing with his band, and there's full of comments. So felony committed by a band. Okay, there you go. Okay, so there you go. Let me just unpin this. Okay. Okay. I'm already the host, right? Okay, there. So there you have it. Again, what I tried my best to draw them so that everyone could see it, right? And I'm just happy that I'm doing that live. So just to recap, all you have to do is just imagine all of these things, but this is going to be haywire. That's going to be just everywhere. Because the concept that we want here is that we're able to find the things that we're looking for in a short period of time. That's why mental cabinet making is really still essential and important. So I'm just showing you, what I'm just showing you is just the content. What are you going to do if you want to remember all of the provisions, and how do you form them together? But that's going to be floating. So the creation of mental cabinets is very important, and that's where our training focuses on. So here, I was just showing you that the only way for you to remember it is to be able to visualize it so that all of the provisions can make sense. You don't do the mnemonics, the first letter of the word, because when you do images, it's more fun. But how to create this image, that's going to be a complex process. Most of my students realize that it's not as easy as it looks, how I present it to you. But I'm showing you that there is a way to remember your aggravating circumstances based on how I did that a while ago. So I was just thinking of Vico Soto trying to eat the cone with, and while he's mixing using the thermometer and the salt, and then you're able to remember Vico Soto riding a vintage car. You know, it's taking advantage of public positions. You see just the Reese chocolate diving. You see the full moon in an uninhabited place, and we use the football field to do that, and there's a band playing, and then you get to see a bus coughing a confetti while you're grading the bus, and you know that it's abuse of confidence and obvious ungratefulness. And then you saw Commissioner Gonzon just trying to look at the time, and with the locator icon, and she's like sitting down on a fence, and you know that it is a place and time of commission of offense. And we did the well and the we did the well and the comet coming in, so that's committed in the dwelling of the offended party. And we want to remember breaking parts of the house. So we just draw a house and just break any parts of it. So it's easier to remember rather than trying to think and remember it as it is, as text or letters, as letters. And that's pictographic, photographic memory, and that's only short term. We want to make sure that we're going to remember it in the long term process. And the next one, we want to remember the unlawful entry. So we saw Ann Curtis jumping on the weighing scale, trying to hold an enter button for unlawful entry. Earthquake and the shipwreck. You saw that I broke the ship into two halves, right? Into half. And then you can see people wearing PPEs to represent the epidemic calamity. And the prize money reward, that's easy. It's just money, trophies, and medals. And we saw Poison Ivy holding an explosives, and she is in a train track for you to remember derailment. So she's in a train rail rather. And she can see ruins and debris all over her for you to see this great waste and ruin. And you want to remember also the habituality, and we use the Hobbit, Cruella de Vil for cruelty, Egg for ignominy, and the Teacher for treachery. And we had the Eve for Wall-E, and the Dentures or the Dent for evident. And then both of them, combination of this, they meditate for the premeditation. And the abuse of super strength is Superman, and the Band-Aid with the army or men in camouflage with armed, what they have like their weapons with them or their ammunitions and guns, just all. So we did that for the aid of armed men, and Ted Filon trying to play a band with the galactic motive. So you have felony committed by a band. So that's it for me. That's aggravating circumstances. If you want to enroll in our program, we have 8 techniques. There's more than meets the eye with the program. You just learned a different technique now, but that should be reinforced because that would be equivalent of 2 sessions. How to create these pictures? How do you imagine? Because you think it sounds easier when I was telling this to you, but how do you apply it to other concepts? So that's the reason why you need to have your coach. And that's where our institution comes in. We have 4 to 5 senior coaches available for everyone to aid you with your journey. And currently we're on a pandemic rate, but come January, we'll go to our original rate. So that's why as soon as possible, it's good that you can come and join the program before we go back to our regular rate. But our price is very competitive. It's a one-on-one or group coaching, but it is your choice of friends. 2 to 3, form a group of 2 to 3. You can also opt for doing it one-on-one. On your convenient time, your coaches will also come and adjust to your schedule because we understand and acknowledge that if you're a law student, you have school from Mondays to Fridays until Saturdays, or if you prefer on a weekends, you also do that. So you always have to arrange it with your coach so you know how to be able to attack several things that you want to remember during your stay in law school. And just don't think like I'm gonna take it when I'm in 4th year, when I'm about to take the bar. The mastery of the techniques would really help you. So we really advise, most of our students would tell you if they took it up in 4th year or about to take the bar, that it's best that it has been taken 1st year or even prior entering law school, because it's good that you already have these strategies in place before all of these things are at hand, right? So if ever you have more questions, feel free to visit our page. You can search Brain Change School of Positivity or the Iloilo Brain Change School of Positivity. Both pages are still under us. So Brain Change School of Positivity, it's a memory enhancement training center. And it's not just about the memory, it gives you an approach on how to retain and recall and remember the information easily and systematically, and to help you strategize your study, your review, your study, and be able to recall the things efficiently in a short period of time. Because it's not about how much time you can study and how much information you're able to absorb and how much or how thick the books you were able to encounter. We are all graded based on how much we can recall and remember. So the retention of information is very crucial and essential. I know some of you would say, oh, I did not memorize when I go to law school, which is very impossible. Maybe your concept of imagining, your concept of memorization is repetition. You repeat it throughout learning, it's throughout memorization. That's different. The very fact that you want to remember a description is already memorization. How can you compare and contrast? How can you say the distinction? The enumeration of requisites and elements itself is already memorization. Because where are you, that you're trying to remember what you've read is memorization, because that's memory and it's working memory. So meaning to say, it's really good if you invest yourself, if you invest to yourself or you invest in your brain, because we also invest in our body, we invest in our beautification, we invest in ourselves, in vitamins and minerals and any other kind of treatment to make sure that we're in a healthy state of things. No, I mean in life, and we have a healthy state of mind. But are we really investing in our minds? Are we investing in our brain? Because your brain is your ultimate tool for success. So we're very happy to help you. Again, this is Coach Amy, the senior coach of Brain Change School of Positivity. I hope you enjoyed this session of mine. And we are also going to post this on YouTube, so you can freely access this even if the live is done. And feel free to also access our free masterclass in our page. You can just type in Brain Train School and you will see our channel. You can see their live performances of our students too, so that you will see the outcome of the training. There is a there is a promise of transfer of learning, and we have really friendly coaches and very facilitative coaches that will help you and assist you in your journey. And that's why you will be able to access them, and you will have the ability to message them privately as well, because they will be able to guide you. And there's the thing of customization. You will be able to train you based on the areas that you're weak at, or then we can also assist you on the areas. We can customize a program based on your challenges. So that's a good thing about the training. Again, this is Coach Amy. Thank you for joining me in this live session of ours. I hope we can see you again on the next sessions that we have based on your request, and we can create and develop more, something that we can share. At least you know what you're going to invest yourself. What are you going to invest to? I mean, where are you going to put your money into, and what's in it for you? Of course, we have to make sure that when we ask you to invest in the program, you have to make sure that you can see what you can get or take out of it. So there you go, the free taste. I hope you enjoyed, because the more that you enjoy, you're able to rule out the stress and you're able to adjust to the true language of the brain. So be happy, be cool, be brain trained. Good night, everyone. Good afternoon, rather. And I hope to see you again soon. Again, this is Coach Amy Grace Gargar, the senior coach of Brain Train School of Positivity. Good afternoon. Thank you.